the philosophy that I've been under is every artist has their own story. Like, we're all individuals. I remember one of my mentors, he used to say, like, anybody can write a story on Abraham Lincoln. Like, anybody can go to the library, research Abraham Lincoln, and write a paper on him. Nobody can tell your story like you can tell it. And so that's what I think part of being an artist is, and how we manipulate that artistically, you know, can vary like so many different ways. But being an artist is like telling your story your way.
In part 1, I covered the humble beginnings of the artist we know today as Kishon Furlow. I gave an introduction of his entrance into CHH and how he began to make a name for himself at that time around 2014 to 2015. And things were looking bright for the young artist, as he would sign on to Collision Records in early 2016. Though, once he would sign with Collision, the energy and demeanor of the guy we formerly knew as Kishon Furlow would shift. The question is, would it be for the better or for the worst? Kishon experienced a phenomenal year as he was beginning his transition over from battle rap into Christian hip-hop. He released a Rapzilla collab project called Keep an Open Mind, which included some of his more popular songs at that time, such as Hood Scholar and Crazy. He was a Legacy Conference finalist, and his accomplishments in 2015 landed him a spot on Rapzilla's Freshman 16 list, alongside the upcoming likes of Caleb Mitchell, Jerry Mana, Jared Sanders, Paris Kariz, Stephen Malcolm, Ty Brazel, Aha Gazelle, Aaron Cole, and a slew of more on that list. A pretty big list of names placed into what you could arguably describe as one of the best freshman classes, if you ask me. Kishon seemed to enjoy every part of his progression, as during that same freshman article, he was asked, "What has been the most memorable moment of your career thus far?" In response, Kishon replied, "The most memorable moment of my career has to be the Crazy music video drop. It was really a breakout that changed everything for me, even my own perspective on how to approach music. I was happy that everyone embraced the originality and could appreciate my style. It was like the first hug I'd ever gotten in Christian hip-hop, and currently the most viewed video I have, even over my rap battles." Now, this quote alone was a staple in Kishon's vision and confidence. No one could deny that everything was falling into place for him as he was introduced to Adam Tomanson, CEO of Collision Records. Back in May of 2015, Kishon was one of 6 finalists that would perform at Legacy Conference for a showcasing contest. Every participant leading up to the showcase would go through an A&R boot camp, where everyone would have the opportunity to work with 4 industry veterans, and Adam Tomanson just happened to be one of them. Adam took a liking to Kishon's work and talent, as he had actually initially heard of Kishon's music through some close connections. And when you read this quote from him, the odds of 2 strangers meeting up sounds like something scripted from a movie. I initially heard him from his grandmother while in Flint, Michigan, who passed the songs on to my wife when she met her at karate practice. How's that for sovereignty? Tomanson said, though the demo was horrid in mix and mastering, he had the skills. During that summer, Furlow won Legacy's showcase contest and completely paused his pursuit of a master's degree. He couldn't thoroughly explore the possibility of a rap career while he juggled school with work and family. If his exploration that autumn went nowhere, he had planned to just quit rapping. And respectfully, that's understandable, as Kishon was just juggling and wearing so many hats as a young father of 2, a husband, pursuing a master's, finding the time to battle, and then being an artist. The line had to be drawn somewhere. And so, after a solid summer run, this is where the release of his project EP Keep an Open Mind solidified Kishon's place as a Rapzilla freshman, and Collision Records' newest signee. The project overall was doing amazing. Crazy and Hood Scholar were some of the fan favorites, and personally, I really enjoyed listening to his song Side Up featuring Ruslan. And so, amidst the personal pressures, his focus and perseverance was finally starting to pay off. In a separate interview with Rapzilla, he quotes that, "I really almost quit music several times," Furlow said. "So for me, it was almost like, yo, this is God speaking. How do you say I'm going to take a semester off, and if anything doesn't happen, I'ma quit? And then you get signed to Collision Records." This was finally the beginning of something special, and to kick things off, Kishon debuted his first EP with the label called Voices, an 8-song project that talked about dealing with everybody's hurt and expectations when you're drained and defeated, but then coming to the realization that everything is okay as long as you're God's child. Now, I believe his project is still up on Spotify, but I recently gave the EP a listen, and I'd definitely recommend listening to Presidential featuring Jay Monty and A Word Speech if you ever get the chance. Kishon's debut into CHH was well received, and for the following months, he would mainly just focus on features and a few singles. This is also where we would see the emergence of what I would consider to be one of the best, or if not the best, two-man duo in CHH history, as he would finally get the chance to collaborate with Kevmo. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kevmo is, I have a CHH history video in the description, but Kevmo was another producer / artist from the South that was beginning to make a name for himself. He was creating a lot of buzz for his unique new school production style, which was uniquely his and ahead of its time in CHH, as hip-hop in general was beginning to enter a new era of music, in which Kevmo's production style, in my opinion, also fell under. CHH had never really been subjected to this change in mainstream hip-hop until Kevmo arrived, and whenever you heard a song by Kevmo or a song produced by him, you could just tell that it was really Kevmo's own signature sound. But anyways, the duo went on to drop a good string of memorable singles that the people really enjoyed, including Free the South, Powerball, Stunt Devil, Right Way, and Ignorant and Dumb, which are two of my favorites, Tough Noodles, and I See Ya. Kishon's versatility to rap any style of rap matched very well with Kevmo's new school production, so much so that, in my opinion, it would take the quality of his work to a whole new level. Kishon's music was well received and doing great. Though, if the music was doing great, why did the music come to a stop? Once 2018 came around, he dropped 3 singles, and we just never heard him rap on a mic again. No farewell, no heads up, an announcement, just complete silence.
Look, this story is particularly interesting because we just put up a video where YK Osiris was calling out the music industry, saying that it was the devil's game. And a lot of you all in the comments were saying, well, it's not just the mainstream. A lot of the gospel Christian industry is the exact same way. And these are one of the things, you know, that we have constantly talked about on the Hip Hop Corner, that Christian hip hop artists think just because the people who are running these businesses are Christians, whether it be the labels or, you know, helping out with publishing and different things like that, that they are going to get a fair shake. And it does not happen that way, unfortunately.
On the next and last episode of this series, we'll finally reveal and take a look at what became of Kishon.
On the next and last episode of this series, we'll finally reveal and take a look at what became of You're Welcome Sean's music career. What, why, and when did it all go wrong? We'll take a look and cover everything. But until then, have a good day, guys, and stay blessed.
Stop trying to save the world and be my alter ego. I know the thoughts are evil if I don't ever have a time for my baby girl. But we know crime doesn't take a turn. And lately I've been torn between trying to bear this burden and finding normal dreams, but nothing here is certain. I see the window of opportunity, where the curtains. I wanna share a moment with you cause I know you deserve it. I've been working so long, you've been all on my mind. Girl, I'm gonna take off, and you and me take our time. I've been working so long, all on my mind. Girl, I'm gonna take off, and you and me take our time. I gotta solve it a party. I gotta